an act of malign aggression, a smattering of Crox's warriors have been thrust by their god into an unfamiliar and inhospitable land. As years pass, more followers are discovered as the ravaging band of warriors trespass further into strange, icy wilderness. Gathering under the banner of Khorne's Bloodbound, they scour the barren tundra for a way home, all the while collecting gruesome tributes for their brutal god. Bitter and jaded after years of isolation, a forgotten Sylvaneth hunting party leaves their enclave behind in search of fresh prey. Driven by a hatred forged through long-forgotten rivalries, their only desire is to put an end to all mortal life. They seek to destroy all that is formed of flesh and bone. Amidst an icy crag lies a deadly cursed relic of immense value to both sides. Here, a new rivalry is born on Mountainside Tabletop.
Hey folks, welcome to the first episode of our Winter Warcry Frozen Waste campaign. For this campaign, I'm going to be playing a Khorne Bloodbound Warband. They've been wandering the frozen waste for decades, collecting blood and skulls in tribute for their brutal, demanding god. My warband is going to be led by a blood secretor, Khorne Bloodbound. His ability to buff the rest of the units make him a pretty exciting choice for me, plus he didn't cost too many points and left room for my more expensive units. Bloodborne's heroic trait is Skilled Commander. This means I can use Inspired Presence once per battle for free. With him, I'm going to have 3 Skull Crushers, Martok, Moog, and Dahar, each equipped with a Blood Glaive. They've got a ridiculous amount of wounds, ridiculous amount of movement, and they hit pretty hard. They're going to have to do most of the heavy lifting for my warband throughout this campaign. Rounding it out, I've got a pair of Blood Warriors, Poma and Negeb. They don't do very much, but they're the backbone of every Khorne warband, and I'm looking forward to sending them forth and doing some exploration and not worrying too much if they get injured in the process. The quest my warband is currently on is Desecrate the Land. Basically, I get a point for each kill I get, and once I get 8, I can do a specific battle plan in the book and hopefully end up in a new encampment.
Poma and Negeb are little scrubs, and I'm not really scared about them at all. But these Skull Crushers, they have 30 wounds and toughness 6, and I think to bring them down will be very hard for me. So I'm hoping I can just win in other ways, or just kill the little guys over and over and over again until they actually die.
Pretty easy if you just roll 6s all the time anyway.
Yeah, we'll see. Alright, sup y'all, Brad here, and I'm going to be playing this sick, amazing Sylvaneth Warband. These guys have been lost, forgotten in the frozen waste for so long. They're bitter, they hate everything. They might be part of the Order Grand Alliance, but they're definitely not the good guys. They just want to kill every human. So, whether you're a good human or a bad human, these guys want to kill you because they're crazy. They're a fearsome hunting party, and leading the hunting party, we've got Huntsmaster Argenwald. They're a Kurnoth Huntmaster with a Kurnoth Great Bow. Pretty crappy melee, but great shooting and really tanky. So I think I'm just going to stand in one spot and just shoot a bunch of guys for as long as I can. My leader's first heroic trait is Resourceful, meaning at the beginning of the game, I gain an extra wild die to use. Helping out in the Chonk department, I've got 2 more Kurnoth Hunters. First up is Odinir, who's equipped with a Scythe. 2-inch range, so I can maybe get some sneaky attacks in, and 28 health, super chonky as well. With exactly the same loadout, I also have Philindlebin. With exactly the same loadout, I've got Philindlebin, another Kurnoth Hunter with Scythe. Victor loves all my names. I don't know if you can hear it, but he's laughing.
I think it's an H at the end. I mean, you wrote it, so it could be an N.
Okay, for a few less points, I've got 1 Spite Revenant. This one known as the Gribbler. With just doubles, he has a chance to completely lock down an enemy unit and prevent them from moving for the entire battle round, so that could be pretty clutch. And then rounding out my warband, I've got 2 Gossamed archers. I've got Tilwith here, and I've also got Teg. These guys kind of suck in every way, except they're super fast and have a ranged attack, so they just zoom around the map and kind of harass. The quest I'm starting out with is Fight for Glory. Basically, every time I kill an enemy in a battle, I get an extra glory.
So, similar to Brad, not a lot scares me from this warband, except for the Huntmaster is going to be a real pain in my ass. With that 20-inch range and the ton of wounds, he can really just camp in a corner and rain down on my whole warband, so gonna have to be careful, gonna have to try to tie him up, but we'll see.
Imagine getting sniped by a tree.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
Yeah. Alright, to get things moving, we roll off and Vic wins, so he decides he wants to be the defender. Next, we divide our warband up into hammer, dagger, and shield deployment groups. Next, we laid out the terrain, and for this battle, we've got a bunch of snowy rocks and 1 bridge. Even though this bridge is wooden, we're using the rules for cutting the bridge from the Gur set, except instead of cutting the rope, we're burning the bridge. Same effect, though.
Next, we draw the Escalation Deployment card, which sets up like this. I win this roll-off as well, and select blue to have better access to the center of the board. For the victory condition, we drew the Cursed Relic. There will be a treasure token in the middle of the board. Whoever controls it at the end of 4 battle rounds wins. If no one controls it, whoever's got more guys around it takes the victory.
One spicy caveat here is, at the end of your activation, if you're holding the relic, you take d6 damage, so you could just kill yourself.
For a twist, we've drawn Creature in the Dark. Basically, at the beginning of each combat phase, if any units aren't within 3 inches of any other fighters, they can be selected by the opponent to roll a d6. On a 6, they're dead.
They get 8 by the Abominable Snowman. Now with all that out of the way, we move on to Battle Round 1. So at the start of the battle round, we roll all our dice. Vic rolls a 1, a 2, 2 3s, a 5, and a 6. I roll a 2, a 3, a 4, 2 5s, and a 6. This means we both have 1 set of doubles and the rest are singles. So we roll off for initiative, and Vic wins. Vic uses his 1 wild die to add another single to his pool, and I bank both of my wild dice just to use for next turn. Then the battle begins.
So, since I'm going first, Dahar is going to move up, pick up the treasure, and then move a little further to the back corner to meet the incoming reinforcements. At the end of the activation, Dahar takes 4 damage from the relic. If only he had subscribed to Mountainside Tabletop and hit the notification bell, he could have protected himself from this awful curse. And then he could have told all of his friends about it in their free-to-join Discord server.
Make sure to send this video to 5 of your friends and like and subscribe, or you might get cursed too. Oh no! Alright, for my first activation, I'm going to choose Tilwith here, one of the Gossamed archers. I'm going to use my double 5s to activate Larval Shafts, which in this case will upgrade the strength of my next missile attack to 6. Then I'm going to shoot at Dahar, and the first attack will be hitting on 4s. This is 4.
Okay. Oh my god, Brad.
Okay, I know it looks like I'm cheating. Literally, like every single game, I roll a crazy first roll. Great. I deal 8 damage right away. My second attack isn't as great. I'm only hitting on 5s here. After both attacks, I deal a total of 9 damage to Dahar, and he has 17 left.
Alright, next, Negeb is going to use my double for rush and move over so I can counteract the twist and not have to kill my horse.
Alright, next up is the Gribbler. He's going to move up and get an attack in on Dahar. I'm hitting on 5s. I score 1 crit, so Dahar is now down to 14 wounds remaining.
Alright, and that's the end of battle round 1. Quickest round ever coming from Kill Team. So obviously, I'm in control of the treasure right now with my tankiest unit carrying it, which is pretty good, but Brad has done way more damage than I thought he was going to be able to in the first round, so we'll have to see what happens from here.
Yeah, it kind of sucks that Vic has this huge tanky dude that I have to bring down to get the relic off of, but I've done a lot of damage so far, and the relic will help me just dealing damage passively, so we'll see how it goes.
Alright, in the beginning of battle round 2, we roll for initiative. I roll a 1, 2, and double 3s and 4s. Brad rolls double 1s, double 2s, and double 5s. I have the initiative here, so I use my wild die to make a triple 4, and Brad uses all 3 of his to create 3 singles for initiative. Next, we deploy our reinforcements, and Brad has to take a roll for the creature in the dark twist. Unfortunately, he survives it.
Yep, so I'm up first now. I'm just gonna attack with the Gribbler. On my first attack, Vic decides to use his Warband's unique reaction, Khorne's Dew.
So with this reaction, each time Brad misses, he takes 2 damage, and for each crit, he deals 1 additional damage. Since he's only hitting on 5s, this is a bit of a no-brainer for me.
So on this first attack, I deal 1 damage to Dahar, but the Gribbler takes 6 damage himself, so he's down to 4 wounds. But I'm gonna attack again, and the second attack is horrible. Before his turn's over, the Gribbler is gonna use Shrieking Terror. I need a 3-up for this to go off. And I get it. So Dahar can't move until the start of the next battle round.
Yeah, that sucks. I'm a bit of a sitting duck now. I was planning on not killing the Gribbler so that I couldn't be shot from afar, but now with so little HP, I think I'm just going to do it and hope I can pick up the treasure once I die and drop it. So Negeb is going to move over and attack the Gribbler and easily bring him down.
Next up, I'm going to activate my leader, and I'm going to target Dahar with 2 ranged attacks. I have a crazy 20-inch range, so even though I just deployed and I'm sitting in the far corner of the map, I can line up this 6 shot. So I roll my first attack, and I score 5 damage. And then I roll my second attack, and I get a really great roll here, and I manage to bring Dahar down, and he drops the Cursed Relic. So that's pretty sweet for me.
So this is going to sound made up, but I'm actually kind of glad this happened. I was going to have to spend an action to drop the treasure and then hope Brad didn't pick it up because I wanted one of my fresh Skull Crushers to carry it now. So Martok is going to run up to grab the treasure and then retreat behind this rock. At the end of the activation, I take 2 wounds from the relic.
Alright, Tilwith is going to shoot again and attack Martok. Once again, I'm using Larval Shafts, so I'm hitting on 4s here. I score 1 crit for 4 damage. Then I roll again for my second attack, and just 1 hit goes through here, so 1 more damage. Martok's down to 23 wounds remaining.
Alright, now Bloodborne is just going to move up to keep the 3-inch coherency so that I don't have to kill these guys with the twist at the end of the turn.
I can't really do much else, so I'm going to use my double 2s to give Odinir Rush, and then just move up 10 inches toward the action. And that's the end of the battle round. I am feeling really good that I was able to bring down one of the Skull Crushers already. Those guys are tanky. Not only am I happy that the relic was dropped, because obviously it was just picked up again, but that's going to be an extra glory for me at the end of the battle because of my quest, and it's a chance for one of Vic's big threats to straight up die or get a serious injury in the post-game.
Yeah, I definitely wasn't expecting to lose one of the Skull Crushers at the, in the first couple rounds, but when you have a great ranged attack and you roll all 6s, it's the way she goes. Happy that another one has picked up the treasure, and I think I'll be able to hide and withstand anything else for the rest of the game.
Before we get back into the action here, just want to take a quick sec to thank all our amazing patrons. As you can see, we've got a list of names up here from our Mountain Goat and 1 HP Gang tier members, and these peeps are awesome. All our patrons are awesome. Some of you may have heard the first episode of our podcast that we released a couple months ago. Well, a month ago we released episode 2, and episode 3 is either coming like in a couple days from now, or depending on when you're listening to this, it might already be out. The link is in the description for this patron exclusive episode. We're going to chat about all the games we've played recently, and PJ is coming for an appearance too, so definitely if you want to hear us ramble, check that out. Oh, and also, we've got this sweet new shirt up on our Teespring store now. Vic designed this. It's a commemorative shirt for all the members of the 1 HP Gang during 2022. And one of our patron perks is a discount code for all our merch on Teespring. So if you want to pick up this shirt and you also are a patron, you get to save a little bit of money. Now back to the game. All right, battle round 3, and we roll off again. Vic scores a 2, 2 4s, 2 5s, and a 6. I score 3 4s.
Oh, baby, a triple!
a 5, and 2 6s. With initiative, Vic uses his wild die to turn his double 5s into triple 5s. Then I'm going to upgrade that triple 4 to a quad 4. Vic retains the initiative, and we deploy our next round of deployments. Next up, I have a few possible targets for the Creature in the Dark twist. Vic chooses to target my leader. I'm really hoping I just don't die. As long as I don't roll a 6 here, I'm fine. And luckily, I'm fine, but that was risky of me. And now Vic's up.
All right, well, with my first activation, Martok is going to use the universal ability Respite to heal 5 wounds, bringing him up to 28 remaining. Then I'm going to double move towards the far side of the map, keeping in mind my movement is restricted here because I'm carrying treasure.
All right, first up for me, I'm going to activate my leader, Huntmaster Arglewood. I'm going to use my quad 4s here for Rampage. My first attack is going to target Poma, but I whiff and miss everything. My second attack targets Poma as well, and here I managed to score 1 hit and 1 crit for a total of 7 wounds. Then with my third attack here, because of Rampage, I managed to score 7 more damage, and Poma's down to 1 HP. This member of the 1 HP gang is brought to you by Jake Cook. Thanks, Jake.
All right, well now, the newest member of the 1 HP gang is going to move up and use his Gore Fist ability on the Huntmaster. The Gore Fist hits, and then I'm going to attack, and it all misses. So, all in all, the Huntmaster takes 3 wounds and is now only down to 29.
All right, Tilwith here is in a dangerous spot, so I'm going to move her closer to Odinir and then shoot Negeb. Crappy hit, 1 goes through, Negeb's down to 14.
All right, now Moog is going to hop up onto this platform and attack Tilwith. 2 crits go through, which does 12 damage, and it brings her down, which is another point towards my quest.
I really thought by moving away there, I was close enough to my other units that Vic wouldn't come at me, but I guess blood-crazed people gonna be blood-crazed. I guess I'm just gonna move Odinir over here and attack Mr. 1 HP gang. In order to have enough movement to get into range to attack, I do need to use my double 6s here for rush. Then I swing. I do get the kill, so Poma is dead.
Then suddenly she's not your
Poe.
no mo.
All right, well, I'm just going to centralize the Blood Secretor. He doesn't have great movement, so I'm just hoping he'll be close enough to the action in turn 4 if he needs to be.
All right, now that Tilwith is down, Tag is not happy. He's going to move down and just fire off a shot at Negeb. Only 1 hit goes through. Negeb's down to 13 wounds remaining.
All right, well, now Negeb's just going to charge to lock Tag up. Wish I could attack, but unfortunately it took all my movement to get here, but at least now I can stop him from attacking one of my more valuable units later.
My last activation, my humongous Kurnoth Hunter, Felindlebid here, is going to move in and attack Negeb. I'm hitting on 3s, but only 1 hit goes through for 3 damage, so Negeb's down to 10 left.
All right, that brings us to the end of battle round 3. I'm feeling pretty secure in the objective. I don't think Brad's going to be able to get to me and steal the treasure, but the beauty of narrative play is that he can still do some really productive stuff, and so I just need to try to get some kills and not die.
Yeah, I'm pretty much fine with losing at this point. I just want to get kills. These guys are blood hungry. I'm not going to bring down this Skull Crusher. He's in a good position, well defended, but I can kill some of the smaller guys, and that's what I'm going to try and do.
All right, before we get on to the rest of the game, want to do a quick shout out to Skirmish Mats. They provided this incredible winter gaming mat for us to film this series on. They've been a great company for us to work with, and we're extremely happy to continue that partnership. It's made of great material, it looks so good, it's a joy to play on, and if you want to get one for yourself, follow the affiliate link in the description or use this promo code, and you can save a bit of money, and it also helps us out quite a lot too. So do yourself a favor, support this great company, get yourself a great gaming mat, help your favorite skirmish gaming YouTuber idiots, and like and subscribe.
Yep. So at the top of the final battle round, we roll off once again. Vic scores a 1, 2, double 3s, a 4, and a 6, and I score double 1s, double 3s, and double 5s. Vic's gonna use his wild dice to make double 6s, and I make triple 1s. Next, one of Vic's skull crushers, Mo, is exposed. It's possible he could get killed by the creature in the dark here, so Vic rolls, but Mo is safe. Then, for the first activation, Vic's up.
All right, well, I only have one really good attack here, so Negeb is going to attack and slaughter Teg pretty easily. Then, I'm going to use my double sixes on Blood for the Blood God, use my free move action, and then attack this big tree. This is obviously kind of stupid because I'm not going to do 30 wounds with an attack, but when you're a crazed blood warrior, it's just what you do.
Well, I feel like that was pretty much a suicide run on Negeb's part, but I'll deal with that later.
Khorne cares not from where the blood flows.
For now, I'm going to activate my Huntmaster, and I'm just going to do 2 attacks onto Mo. My first attack's okay, 5 wounds go through. And my second attack is even better, I score 7 more wounds. I don't know if I can kill this guy, but I want to give it my best shot. So I'm going to use my triple ones for Inspiring Presence and immediately activate Odinir. He's going to move up and immediately use my double 3s to activate Onslaught. So I roll 1 attack with 1 extra die. And that's 2 crits, so 12 wounds go through. Unfortunately, Mo still has 6 remaining, and it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to finish him off this game.
All right, well, now I'm going to retaliate in an equally optimistic way. I'm going to use my double 3s for Onslaught and do 2 attacks on Odinir. After all said and done, I do 16 wounds, which is pretty good, but it's not even close to the 28 I needed.
Okay, well, I have a double 5 left. I'm going to activate Felindel Bid and use Onslaught again and attack Negeb. Just get a clean kill with the first attack, and I'm just going to run away, I guess, because I don't want to die. Even a bloodthirsty tree has some sense of self-preservation here.
All right, well, with the last activations of the game, my last 2 fighters are just going to pose on top of these rocks and show off the sick relic that they acquired.
So that's the game. Vic won. But the great thing about narrative is that I still got a lot accomplished. I got a bunch of kills, which is good for 2 reasons. 1, it gives me glory, and 2, it has a chance to permanently wound or even kill some of Vic's guys. So, even though I lost, is it really a loss? Time will tell.
Obviously, I feel pretty good about winning, but it's going to be really interesting to see how much glory we both end up with and how we spend it and how ambitious we want to be with exploring.
Yep, we'll be going through all the aftermath in the beginning of the next episode, so if you want to catch that, make sure to subscribe, give us a like, and stay tuned, because episode 2 of this campaign will be coming soon, and the rivalry can only heat up from here. Catch you in our Patreon comments. Catch you on our Discord, maybe. Peace, y'all.
Peace, y'all.